All right, let's jump right into today's explainer. We are unpacking an absolute game changer of a blueprint for scaling your business. We're going to be following the exact field-tested methodology of a 20-year Navy veteran who completely transformed himself from a burnt-out solo grinder into a top-producing business owner. Let's dive in.
So I've got to start by asking you a pretty tough question. Are you running your business, or is your business running you? Think about it. In the Navy, when a ship is dead in the water, the captain can't exactly blame the ocean or the wind, right? You have to take full responsibility. Your business was built to succeed, but you have to actively steer the ship.
Now, there is just a huge, stark contrast between grinding it out as a solo operator and actually stepping up as a strategic leader. When you first start out, it's supernatural to feel like you have to touch every single file and answer every single email. But honestly, trying to do everything yourself is exactly what bottlenecks your growth. You only transition into a true business owner the exact moment you let go of the daily grind and shift your focus to high-level strategy.
So here is our roadmap for today. 1. The blueprint for scaling. 2. Specializing to stand out. 3. The power of delegation. 4. Building the omnipresent marketing machine. And 5. Cementing high-impact relationships.
All right, kicking things off with Section 1, the blueprint for scaling. Moving right along to Section 2, specialize to stand out.
Look, if you try to be everything to everyone, you end up being memorable to absolutely no one. Whether you're operating out of Texas or Tennessee, focusing on highly specialized products, like VA loans for military families or debt service coverage ratio loans for real estate investors, is what makes you the undisputed expert in your backyard. Our Navy veteran didn't want to just be, another guy doing mortgages. He claimed his space and became the go-to VA guy.
But here's the kicker. Your expertise literally means nothing if you keep it a secret. You have to broadcast it everywhere. Our veteran would literally wear a branded company polo everywhere he went, even in freezing winter weather, just to spark conversations. I mean, he'd be shivering at a local restaurant, someone would read his shirt, ask a quick question, and boom, suddenly he's closing a refinance deal. You have to do whatever it takes to stop being a secret agent. Which brings us to Section 3, the power of delegation.
Okay, so to actually handle all this new, specialized business, you're going to need some serious help. But keep in mind, a modern team doesn't have to look traditional at all. By utilizing specialized virtual roles, you can effectively multiply your output overnight. We're talking hiring a writer for your weekly communications, a virtual assistant to just handle the data entry, and a social media manager for daily posts. You let your team operate the heavy machinery, while you just conduct the orchestra.
You really have to wrap your head around the true opportunity cost here. We all stress over the monetary cost of hiring an assistant, right? But let's flip that mindset for a second. What is it costing you to not have someone taking those little tasks off your plate? Holding on to tiny tasks out of some false sense of control is literally bottlenecking your entire operation. Think about it like this. If you were sitting there doing $25 an hour administrative tasks, you are actively preventing yourself from doing the high-value strategic work that actually brings in revenue. You're basically paying yourself a fraction of what you're worth. Delegating frees you up to do what you do best, which is getting out there and building relationships.
All right, Section 4, the omnipresent marketing machine.
So with your team locked in place, you can finally step out of the weeds. Your new job? Content creator. It's actually a beautifully simple weekly machine. You spend maybe an hour and a half on Sunday planning things out, then block out 3 to 4 hours on a Thursday to record a deep dive podcast or some video content. And for the rest of the week, your delegated team just takes over entirely on autopilot.
And this is where the magic happens. Total omnipresence. You record a single 45-minute video and your team just slices it up. They send a short, punchy clip about short sales to realtors, they email another piece to past clients, and they blast the rest across all your social media channels. It's just one focused effort from you, multiplied endlessly by your team.
To put that into perspective, thanks to this delegated system, what started as just manually writing a quick market update for maybe 20 people absolutely exploded into a massive newsletter reaching over 3,000 targeted subscribers every single week. And when those 3,000 people finally have a housing question, they only think of one person, because he's right there in their inbox providing value every single week. And that leads us to our final section, Section 5, Building High-Impact Relationships. Look, digital marketing is fantastic, but getting physical, face-to-face connection, that is what actually seals the deal. Here is a literal playbook
You can steal today. Host regular networking events to become the ultimate community connector. Rent out a side room at a local Mexican restaurant, buy a few pitchers of margaritas, and invite the area realtors. Give everyone 3 minutes to pitch. You don't even have to sell yourself. Just step back, sip your drink, and watch the transactions happen organically right there in your room.
You can also set up these highly specific educational seminars. For instance, military families facing a permanent change of station, or a PCS, are often incredibly anxious about the whole relocation process. So you bring in tax specialists, you bring in realtors, and you educate them for free. You provide immense value up front, and naturally, those attendees transform into fiercely loyal clients at absolutely zero cost to you.
Now let's pause here for a second because this brings up a massive revelation about the industry. Realtors and professionals desperately want to be in relationships, but they are completely caught up in their transactions. The people you rely on for referrals are likely just as swamped in the administrative grind as you used to be. By stepping out of your own daily grind, you become the one person with the actual bandwidth to facilitate the relationships that everyone else is just desperate for.
So let's quickly recap. These 4 pillars are basically your direct flight path out of the daily grind. Pinpoint your specific niche and claim it as loudly as you can. Delegate those administrative tasks that are holding you back. Let your new team build an omnipresent marketing engine. And finally, use all that new free time to become the ultimate face-to-face connector in your community.
I want to leave you with this final, provocative challenge. Look at your schedule today. Find the busy work and ask yourself, what $25 an hour task are you going to hand off tomorrow? Because honestly, as long as you keep playing the role of the assistant, you can never truly be the captain of your ship. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you on the next one.